Dave made this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 178. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Stress. What's up, SLAC family? Welcome back.
Back in the building. You know what it is. Another Tuesday, another great weekend in sports that we got to break down. But before we do, we got to welcome in some of our favorite slackers and our participants. Thank you all for being with us and rocking with us another Tuesday. We got Unc in the building early. Hello from Texas. He's got some comments about NFL talk already that we'll get into in just a minute. We got Kelly here. Happy Tuesday. And I had a feeling she would be here. We'll have to talk more about her a little bit later. We also got Moms in the building. Hello. And Grace Williams in the building with the name change. What's good?
Yeah.
Thank you. Here. Also Pops as well. So good evening. So lots of stuff to get into, but how are you today, Strizzy? How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Just busy as always. You know what I'm saying? Allergies kind of killing me, so my eyes look low. That's why. I swear. But yeah, no, allergies killing me. So if I'm sniffling or going on mute to sneeze real quick, that's all that is.
Yeah, no worries. Do what you got to do. And definitely, it's been a little cold out here. The weather's been a little bit crazy, but we've been seeing that all over the globe, all over the map for sure. And that affected this weekend's games too. But yes, thank you guys for being here. Don't be afraid to like, don't be afraid to comment and get in and join in the conversation. And we'll probably be blessed with an appearance from our brother Matt Marcus as well in just a minute. But let's go ahead and get this thing popping. I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll go ahead and launch into our first topic of the week.
Let's get it.
What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL talk.
Let's get it.
All right, NFL talk. We're going to just dive right in and do a quick breakdown of all four of the playoff games this weekend. Going in chronological order, we had first off the Jaguars and the Chiefs. This became a really good game, partly because of the injury to Patrick Mahomes, a definite scare for the Chiefs fans, and also moving forward to see how he'll recover. He had a high ankle sprain and missed basically the second quarter of this game. But the Jags really hung in there. Tell me real quick, Strizzy, your thoughts about the game.
Yeah, man, it's actually really scary. You know, right now we're looking at the future face, if not already the face of the NFL, with Tom Brady hopefully retiring soon. I think he comes back for another year, in all honesty. But you know, right now, like that's the guy. That's next up, right? So. You see him go down, and as a Chiefs fan, you're probably a little bit scared. Even if he finishes this game, you know, once the adrenaline comes down, I'm sure that ankle is really, really bothering him. So crazy, but you know, Chad Henne came in and gave Travis Kelce a second touchdown of the game. So he went 98 yards or something like that downfield.
Yeah,
you know, when you've got a great coach like Mr. Reed, Coach Reed, and then the enemy as your offensive coordinator. I'm not saying you can just plug anybody in, but like their system is a really great system for quarterbacks to be successful. So you'd rather have 15 at the helm, but you know Henne did step in for a few and did a great job, honestly.
I agree. Yeah, he's definitely a veteran, knows what to do. And stepped in and came in clutch, and that's good to have that in your back pocket. But they definitely need Patrick Mahomes going forward. You know, I know we're going to preview the games a lot more in depth later on when we do secure the bag later on this week. But yeah, they're going to need him going forward too. Unc says Jaguar is a team on the rise. I agree. You know, Doug Peterson is a really good coach, and he had them in a good spot. But kind of like we talked about, they've already kind of won this year by getting as far as they did, and they had a good showing in the game. So you know, much respect to them. So.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to add in one more member of the panel. I think he's ready real quick so we can get his thoughts on this game before we jump to the next one. What's good, Marcus? How you doing?
What up?
Sorry for my tardiness, man. It's crazy out there.
Oh, you're good. You're always good. no doubt. But any thoughts on the Jaguars Chiefs game, real quick?
Jaguars toughened than I thought. I think they played pretty good. You know, they fought. You know, I think still think if Mahomes don't get hurt, I think it'll be more of a scoring game. They would did more, but I give kudos to Mahomes when to go out there and play, and he did his thing. But from outside looking in, I would kept hitting in the game, you know, because he's your future and you need him from maybe the next round. But it could have cost them. But they got by. So, but yeah, it's
I
pretty good
agree.
game.
Yeah, didn't seem worth the risk there, even though you know, because Chad Henne is a veteran, he knows what to do.
98 yards, man.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
I
he
seen
took
that,
it.
I'm like, okay, cool. He good.
He's straight.
Yeah,
And the thing that kind of stinks too is like, and not stinks, but you know, I never thought the Jaguars were going to win this game in the first place. But when Mahomes came back in, you can clearly see he couldn't put any weight on that ankle. They didn't pressure at all. They didn't blitz at all. Like they should have went after him like the rest of the game, and they didn't do that. So you know, kudos for Mahomes coming back in, but I don't think Jaguars capitalized at all.
But yeah, it could cost them for next week too. But we'll talk about that a little later. I'm pretty sure.
Facts. Yeah,
for sure. Let's jump into the Saturday night game: Giants versus the Eagles. Giants got steamrolled by the Eagles in this one, 38-7. And I guess there's not much to say other than I thought the Giants were going to give a better showing.
You and me both. I think this is one we agreed on. We thought that the Giants would cover the I think plus 7.5, and not so much, man. Not so much.
Yeah, very disappointing, man. Especially the division game. You know, you definitely you normally don't get blew out by a divisional game. They normally always close.
Yeah.
It's a playoffs too, so I don't know, man. I think they probably was fool's gold, man. Or they gave all that week before, but they don't look good because the coach did good all year. You know, he was a good coach all year, but I don't know what happened this game. So he gonna have to come with it and see what happens after this. But yeah, that was bad.
Definitely different defense. You know what I mean? Definitely a different defense than the Vikings, of course. But I still, like you said, Marcus, divisional game. I thought this game would be at least a little closer. Like they didn't look good on anything. You know what I'm saying? Defense or offense.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Says Daniel Jones will not get a huge contract. I agree with that as well. But they did say that they are going to bring him back, though, and continue to build around him. So at least he earned himself another shot at it. But, yeah.
I don't know what's huge. I don't know what was huge, but he going to definitely get a good contract. I still think it wasn't him. I don't think it was him. So I think he's still a solid quarterback. Until you get him some receivers, then we'll really know who he is. He has no receivers. He never had a receiver. So I think you get some good receivers. He has wheels. I think he'll be good. I will pay him.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think he's pretty solid. I think he showed that this year. They already disrespected him once by not picking up his 5th-year option on the rookie contract. So now they're going to have to kind of pay for that a little bit by giving him a real one. So we'll see. Moving on into Sunday, and a surprising result. And this wasn't really that good of a game, honestly, to watch.
Right.
Not that exciting. Bengals dominated the Bills 27-10 in the snow. Joe Burrow, you know, he just comes out a kind of a winner again in this one. Josh Allen, you know, the Bills. I just expected more, but what are your guys' thoughts on the game?
Likewise, you know, I think obviously we all expected more, and I think we talked about this in Secure the Bag last week too, where it was like the snow can't really be a factor because both of them play in snow. You know what I mean? Both of those places, Cincinnati and Buffalo, get a lot of snow, gets real cold both places. So no real excuses here. They didn't play well. But Joe Burrow's that dude. He's proven to be that dude, and there's a solid chance he's in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. Truthfully.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that a little bit more too. I was hoping we could get some comments from Anthony Weston or Bobby, you know, our resident Chiefs fans, on how they're feeling about, you know, Mahomes' injury and the Bengals matchup next week. So hopefully there's still time for that. We'll see. But Unk says Bills got punched in the mouth. Pop says, keep telling you guys Allen played scared. Burrow is a bad boy. Yeah. Marcus, what were your thoughts on the game?
I was shocked though. I was very shocked to see them play like that at home. And one of the main things, DeMar came to the game. Like DeMar was there, so and he got hurt against this team, So I just knew him being there and seeing him in the stands, kind of hyping him up, that they're gonna fight. Like they didn't even fight for him. I don't think the only person that was trying to fight and do something was Diggs. I think he's the only one who was trying to do something. But their whole body language there, Josh Allen, like I don't know what was going on. Like they played like they were cold. They seemed like they were very cold or something. But my brother, he came back to the game. He lost against his team. He lost his life pretty much and came back to life. And I don't know, man. I'm doing something extra. Like I don't know. I just felt like they were very flat.
Right.
And it was very surprising to me. I'm looking at the game like this got to be a joke, man. Like these guys not even doing what they normally do. The crowd was ready too. They were ready to get into it, and they just never came forward. But I think Cincinnati, man, to tell them about their preparation was ready. They knew how it was going to be. This team, we played them. It's got counsel. It's going to be a hostile environment. But they came to play. They played like they knew they was going to win the game. Like Joe Burrow knew he was going to win the game. It was no doubt. And that's how he played. Mixon started. I think he started off the tone of it, and then Joe Burrow finished it off with Chase. And Chase is a special dude, man. He's just special. Like he makes it look so easy. He's a small guy, but he's so good, man. That chemistry is so good. It's hard to beat. And I'm sorry, the Chiefs not beating them. This is as simple as that. They're not losing that game in Kansas City. They're gonna go there and they're gonna punch them in the mouth too, and they're gonna win. Like I don't see them. Mahomes, if Mahomes wasn't hurt, I would say it'd be a good game. But that ankle sprain swollen. It's gonna be tender. He's not gonna be ready for that game. I'm telling you. But Bengals, I'm just sorry. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I actually agree with you, Marcus. I know we'll touch on the different matchups or the upcoming matchups on Thursday, but I agree, man. I know we talked about it a lot all this year about the Chiefs in a sense being better without Tyreek Hill. My opinion, I still wouldn't go there. I feel like when you take somebody like Tyreek off the team, it takes certain things away, right? Yeah. You don't have Tyreek Hill last year. You don't beat the Bills last year. I'm sorry. There's nobody on that team that can do what Tyreek Hill did on that slant to the house. Everybody else gets caught, right? And there's no time left. So, there's certain things that Tyreek Hill, hate him or love him, he does that no one else can, right?
Right.
And the Bengals just have a squad, man. Like you pick your poison, man, between T. Higgins, Chase, obviously, and Nixon, and that defense is playing.
And they have the running game.
Right, running game. And it's not just Nixon either, you know what I'm saying? They've got
Run too. Yeah,
exactly, man. The defense is playing well, and then obviously you got Joe Burrow, who's just a natural winner, man. He wins everywhere he goes. We didn't even get to see his full rookie years. He tore his ACL, comes back his sophomore year, gets to the Super Bowl. Now he's looking to get right back again. Like he's just we're talking about him right now the same way we're talking about Patrick Mahomes his first 2 years. So it's going to be tough, especially if he's hurt.
It's definitely going to be tough. Couple comments real quick. Kelly says, I thought the Bills would have the backing to make it all the way. It did look like their year was coming together, and they had a lot of weapons, especially early on in the year, steamrolling teams. So that is a surprising way to fall flat. Unk says, Kansas City better be worried. Bengals play with heart. And then Pops mentioned the next game we got to get into. And Marcus, I want to hear your thoughts about this one. I've been, I'm glad we've had a little bit of time, at least one day, to kind of sleep on it, to kind of come together. But Pops does say, he says, Bell, congrats to your 49ers, kicked our ass again. And it was kind of a letdown. Final score 19-12. The defense for the Cowboys did what they had to do against this train that was really rolling, 11 games in a row, all this other stuff. But our offense couldn't move the ball, couldn't put the ball in the end zone. Marcus, what were your thoughts on the game?
Oh man, it's a lot, man. I grew up a Cowboy fan a long time, man. And then a game like this, we grew up in the 90s playing against this team and going into the game, we knew we was going to win. You know what I'm saying? Some game we knew we were going to win, but it was a good game. This is another game. I went into this game not thinking we was going to win the game because I said they got too much on the offense. They got a great coach. They're going to be at home. It's going to be, what I'm saying? I didn't think we were going to get blew out, but I think we will lose the game. But this is the game we should have won, dog. Like, we should have beat them. Like, watching it coming into it, I didn't think we were, but I'm like, wow, we can do it. The defense was doing their thing, but it's little things that happen in the game that lost the game. Like like to me, Michael Parsons, like Trent Williams handled him. I don't care what nobody say he got handled. It's his second year, but he got to humble himself a little bit because you doing things against different teams, but you got handled. They help Diggs that interception. You got to catch that. You got to catch that interception, like to change the whole game right there.
Yeah,
you got to do that, man. You got to catch that pass. Kellen Moore has to go. Like he can't come back. Like it's so bad where if he comes back next year, I'm not rooting for us next year because it's gonna be the same year. So he has to go. Mike McCarthy, I don't think he's going to, because we beat the Buccaneers, so he's going to be there. But Kellen Moore has to go. Dak didn't play well. But I think the Dak thing, he has a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of pressure on him. And when you have pressure, like you're gonna do things like that. But Dak, you gotta know those comeback routes. Don't even go for those. Don't even do it. Like you trying to force it. So we're not gonna get into quarterback. So we gotta love Dak. We gotta lift him up and say, you know what I'm saying, do better. I want to see Dak with a better offensive coordinator. I really want to see that. I think he'll play better. I think he has enough confidence. But that play calling was terrible, man. Like things we were doing, like what are we doing? Like we didn't do anything different. They knew what we were gonna do. Like we didn't do nothing different. When Pollard went out, you gotta change you gotta make adjustments, and we didn't.
Yeah, try something different. Yeah,
and that's why we lost. That's why we lost the game. The thing is, we're making me more mad about the whole situation. Is we should have beat these dudes, man. We could have won this game, but it was like it's like little things that we didn't do. Like back in the day, the Cowboys, when we had Deion, Charles Haley, we had Kevin Williams, we had people like that. We had on the defense, we knew we was gonna do it, but these guys, we talk a lot, but we didn't do what we were supposed to do. You know, like DeMarcus Lawrence played his heart out. CeeDee Lamb, he's the number one receiver. I don't care nobody say he was a great receiver this year. He separated his finger and doing things, so he did his thing. But we didn't have other people who should have did this situation. So I think we'll be right there. I'm not giving up on the Cowboy. I think we right there. But for so long, man, 28 years, like we still like, oh, we're gonna do it. But Jerry Jones, we haven't had a good coach since '90s. You didn't a good coach, offensive coordinator. We haven't had one, and Dak is turning into Romo right now. So I think the defense is on a good spot. I think Dan Quinn is gone. I think he's going to leave, as he should. He did his job for these 2 years. But I think we got to get start over with the offensive coordinator and the offense and give Dak one more shot, man. I think he'll be all right. Sorry I was long about that, but
I feel that's your squad. That's what we expect.
I love the Cowboys, but if we got blew out, I would felt better. But it was a game we could have won, man. It's just like, dang, man. It was like right there.
I'm with you on that. I think that's why it hurts more. It's because we could have won that game. We were in position, and the defensive side of the ball did what they had to do to deliver us a win. There's no way we should have scored less than 21 points. We should have had enough to win the game. Yeah. It is hard for me because Dak, those picks are evident. Like you said, those comeback routes, it's the same mistakes he's been making all year, just waiting a little bit too long on those and just not being on the same page as the receiver or just expecting his receiver to do more. But the thing is, like, the check downs, like just those toss aways sometimes would make all the difference because in a tight game like this, in a close game like this, those one or two mistakes that they capitalize on made the difference in the game. And those same things we didn't capitalize on, like you said, with Diggs, that pick he dropped, or even the George Kittle play, the big juggling play right there on the big third down. You go in there and blow that guy up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just tackle him and he don't catch that ball.
Yeah,
you're doing the shoulder thing, like
trying to like lean in and turn away and everything like that. It would just, that was really bad. But
it's just fundamentals. I think we do the fundamentals. I think we do good, but is this year right here? It should show Jerry Jones. I know it's been 20 years, but Jerry Jones should see right now. We gotta get a better coach in there, man. We got, you know what I'm saying? We got the team. We got to do it. It's just that little thing like that. You know what I'm saying? We have it. If he give it Dan Quinn a shot, I would be cool with that. But man, this team is too good. We have too good of a team for them to make these mistakes like we did, man. It just sucks. But it's the Cowboys, man. This relationship is kind of getting old, man. So.
Yeah. I feel you. I do think though, the coaching is different. We don't separate ourselves from the competition with coaching or with anything creative. And another thing too is, we did lack playmakers as soon as Tony Pollard went down. I do, I don't blame that. I do think that was a difference in the game, but I kind of blame the coaching too for just not getting Malik Davis in there quicker, or just
Yes, I
continue to
was
run the
yelling
two
Malik
back
Davis.
with
I was
Malik Davis because
screaming
he
it,
had that
man.
speed, but they didn't do that. They just were like, oh, let's just see if Zeke can just like just bring it back, and he doesn't have the legs left to do that. So
That was his last game too. He got to go, man.
either that or
I
he's coming
love
back
Zeke,
at
but
a
he got to
discount.
go.
He's
He got
coming
to
back,
go.
75%
No,
off.
we don't need him. We don't need him.
I'm
I'm dead serious. Like he got to be off the team, like because he's part of the family. You know what I'm saying? It's like family. So we gonna do all we can to make him feel good. That's what's gonna happen if he come back. He got to go, man. You gotta blow it up. You gotta blow it up a little bit. He got to go. I'm sorry, man. Like all that money he got. Bye. I think Malik and Pollard will be enough for us next year.
Yeah, but and I did want to mention too, Pollard did have surgery on his leg today.
He broke it, didn't he?
Yeah, because it was broken. So, but hopefully they said that he'll be ready for training camp next year. So hopefully that doesn't impact his free agency because he is going to get paid whether it's with the Cowboys or with somebody else. I do want to jump on these comments real quick, and then Strizzy, I'll have you kind of wrap it up for us on this one after we do these comments real quick. But I did want to welcome Anthony Weston to the show. He popped in. Let's see. Unk says Dak did not deliver. Pop says no disrespect, but we gave the game in some ways. Dak's picks are unacceptable. Not having Pollard hurt. Defense played well enough to win. Bad play calling. Yeah, basically all that exactly. Anthony Weston said they need Dak has another speed weapon, a wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, Michael Gallup didn't create separation at all. Like all his catches all year, not just in the playoffs or anything like that. All year his catches were like contested catches, like, you know what I'm saying, possession type catches, but not really like making separation. Like, I don't know. Anthony Weston also says the mood in the city right now, I'm sure it's not so great. 7 years of Dak. I can't believe it's been 7 years already. It doesn't feel like that. That's kind of crazy. But I guess when I think about the fact that him and Elliott came in together, and you see Elliott's legs, that makes sense.
Well, we gotta give him 6. So that 1 year he got hurt like the first game. So
true. Yeah, Unk says Marcus is right about Zeke. Stephanie Washington in the building. What's good? We were just talking about our beloved Cowboys and how they kind of let us down. Stephanie, let us know how you're feeling on that one. Pop says it will never get old. Cowboys for life. Love Jerry, and we both must see another Super Bowl win before we leave this world. Cowboys make me cry.
I'm serious, man. I think we gonna. I still feel that we gonna win. I told somebody last year, next 5 years we gonna get one, dog. We have to, dog. We gotta get it, man.
Yeah.
I think we're a coach. We're a coach away, dog. I really think we're a coach away, man.
Yeah.
And Anthony Brown got to go too.
Yeah, we're definitely got to do quarterback number 2. And then one thing, real quick, last thing I want to say before I turn over to Strizzy real quick though is that I hope that we didn't just give the blueprint away to how to stop the 49ers. Like it pisses me off that we basically might have stopped their momentum. Like
they're done.
They're like we did almost enough to knock them out. We like had them dazed, and now the Eagles are gonna come knock them out. I think that's what makes
Eagles gonna beat them. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be an easy game for them. They're not beating the Eagles.
That's what I'm like worried about. I'm like, dang, like we like knocked them on track, but not enough to take them out. And now
we gave them blueprint.
Yeah. So Stephanie Washington says, I feel that in my soul, Pops. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. We got to. But Strizzy, any thoughts about because I know you've been watching the 49ers close, especially since they grabbed CMC. Any thoughts about this though before we move on from this game?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first thing first, yeah, you're absolutely right. The Eagles are going to win next week. The 49ers have won 12 games in a row. They're not winning 13. You know what I mean? Like it's just at a certain point in time, you got to lose. Like 12 games in a row, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So Eagles will get the dub next week. But I will say this though, Dak has 1 year left. He's got 1 year left. And 7 years of this, from a Cowboys perspective, is absolutely unacceptable. Not only that, when you look at this game, Dak had 2 interceptions. He could have had 4 and a safety. Seriously, like one of them would have been a pick 6 because the only person in front of him was Dak. He dropped that route that he jumped, and that wasn't even play calling. That was just Dak slow. That was just him being slow. Like that was a very, very slow reaction. Like that's on Dak. Dak didn't have to play great in this game. He didn't even have to play good in this game. He just couldn't play atrocious.
Yeah, just don't play terrible.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry. Like I'm not the Cowboy fan. Like he just didn't have to play atrocious, but he did. And that's why you guys lost. Like, that sucks. Like, you guys, you're right. Y'all should have beat them. Defense played impeccably. Like, defense did exactly what they're supposed to do. Like, this game should have been a Cowboys dub. This team averages 34 points a game. Y'all held them to, what, 3 field goals and a touchdown? You know, just 1 touchdown. So,
yeah,
it's rough, man. Defense did exactly what they needed to do. You're right. Kellen Moore got to go. He do got to go from offense. There's way too many great offensive coordinators out there right now that are actually leaving positions to take other OC jobs. So, like, there's just too many dudes out there. You know, Kellen Moore got to go. I saw that the Panthers interviewed him, I think, today or something like that. I was like, nah, we cool off that. We cool.
Take him.
Because of you guys, I've watched way too many Cowboys games this year, and like I can't absolutely not, bro. I've been talking about Tony Pollard, how good he's been since last year. So watching him go down sucked too. Like that is a really, really big,
it did change, no,
bro, that changes things, man. Like I look at him like CMC. He's so great on the ground and he's so great through the air. I think Dak threw like a 30-yarder to Zeke or something like that, and he dropped it. Like Tony Pollard catches that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things that it really, really sucks. But y'all had this game. You know what I mean? But on the secure the bag segment, I said because the 49ers were the better team, Cowboys had to play perfect. Niners didn't. They just had to be good, right? Like Cowboys had to play perfect, and they didn't play perfect, and that's why they lost. So Martin said bring Dak back next year. I actually agree with that, but this is it. Like this is that year. Like if he don't get into at least an NFC championship, I think, we look back and like we're mad at Jerry Jones just a couple months back talking about why aren't you paying him? This is crazy. He's done all this stuff, but like maybe there's more stuff that Jerry knew that we didn't. You know what I mean? Like it just for whatever reason it hasn't been working. And Dak led the league in interceptions and he missed 5 games.
Yeah,
that's not good. That's not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done.
Marcus,
is there any way? I know I'm reaching. We can say we get Sean Payton. He wants Lamar. You think they can trade like that, or his contract won't make that happen?
I think his contract will be too big, and they'd have to probably trade for both of them because I think the New Orleans Saints are trying to get people to trade for the coach too. So,
but they want a first round pick though. They only want a first round pick or 2 first round picks, something like that. So like maybe you get away with it that way. The problem is, I think did Dak's contract kick in this year or is it kick in next year?
I think this year.
Okay. Yeah, already this year. Yeah.
Okay. That does make it tough then because you're basically resetting Lamar's contract. So. Which is probably going to be higher. So,
so
there's
no shot.
Really, really difficult. But
if
you can grab Lamar, that would be insane. And I think Peyton's going to Denver though. I think that's all the sign.
I had one problem. I'm gonna shut up. It was the last thing. What was that last play? Well, why was Zeke at center?
Yeah, that was probably the worst play ever. And I
don't understand why would you even we try.
Yeah.
I want to know was that a McCarthy play or a Kellen Moore play? That's what I want to know.
McCarthy probably.
I
think so. It was like they were trying to do the annexation of Puerto Rico though. We're not going to score on that play. There's 5 seconds. You got to go 85 yards. Like we're not going to score on the play, but at least like the way they tried to do this elaborate layout and then just get tackled right away is like just adds insult to injury.
I mean, they didn't get a chance to run it around and throw it a couple of times. It got ended like that.
Yeah, that was going to go head to head with their nose tackle.
That was crazy.
He got blown up.
But oh man. All right, let's move off of that though. We'll have lots more to speculate on in the offseason for sure when it comes to the Cowboys. But we do have the final bracket set. One of these 2 teams on each side is going to make it to the Super Bowl. We got the Bengals, the Chiefs, which the Bengals seem to have had their number, and then San Francisco and the Eagles. With which both of those teams, I don't know, the luster's just like a little bit worn off of both of those teams, I feel like on the NFC side. So we'll see. But I did want to get a couple comments. Anthony Weston says, why won't people say that about the Bengals? They've won 12 games in a row. Got to stop at some point. So we'll see. They're coming in on a hot streak, but maybe Kansas City will stop that. And then Kelly says, damn, out here doubting my boys. I'm not disagreeing, but would love to see them make it to the big game. in reference to her 49ers. So
that ain't happening, Bill. I'm sorry. That ain't happening.
That's what I'm rooting for, but I don't think they're going to get past the Eagles, man. I think
Too
they're
much.
even more complete, and they don't have a rookie. I love what the kid has done. I've been giving him props every week since he started.
I don't give him no credit because he played against 5 trash teams, no defense, and then he didn't do nothing against us really. So we just need Parker Parsons to get some sacks, but he didn't. But
yeah, they definitely did pressure him. They did a great job, but yeah, the Eagles will do even better probably. Pop says next year is the last guaranteed money on Dak's deal. So he got all his money basically up front in the first couple of years, all of his guaranteed money. So
okay.
you never know. So I think it is next year's Dak's gotta make it happen. So the other thing we have on here, Bill O'Brien's returning to the Patriots, which is pretty cool, I guess, if they're actually having an offensive coordinator, see if they can get their coaching staff together. And that's kind of back where he belongs. So
and he'll do good with them too.
Yeah, I think so. And it's weird. He took a weird path, you know what I'm saying, after leaving the Patriots, but to find himself back there is probably more fitting. So other thing here, we got these 3 quarterbacks, and just this is more for offseason, which we'll talk about more after the Super Bowl, but just kind of where these guys will land. Will Tom Brady retire or not? Aaron Rodgers kind of caught some flack for saying, he thinks he can still win another MVP in the right situation. And so people were saying, why are you worried about MVPs versus like Super Bowls? But he also did come out and say that he's willing to renegotiate his contract if needed to make things work, which is so funny because just before this season is when they signed the big 3-year deal with the Packers and basically was the last domino to get Adams out the door. So then also we have Lamar Jackson, which he just wants to get paid, but will he be franchise tagged or will he get out there somewhere else? So that's some stuff we'll be talking about. We'll be speculating on a little bit. But let's see. Unk says Aaron Rodgers is a diva. The thing is though, I feel like his diva behavior was like excused for so long because his play was so good, and now as it's leveling off, people are like now they don't want to deal with it as much. So let's see. Bengals fans are getting ruthless, and that team is getting chatty. What do you think, though, Anthony? I want to give you a preview or give us a preview of your thoughts. Like, how are you feeling going into this game? Are you confident in your squad, or are you worried about the Bengals? That's what I kind of need to know from a Kansas City fan. And while he's giving that response, I do have to say this is why my sister is so troubled, but, I'm a nice brother, so I try to keep it real and stuff. She did win the pick'em this week with the tiebreaker, and so she sent in another picture. This was the Monday Night Football a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
The young A-Dub.
Yeah, she tried to give me, and I don't know why. I was probably just trying to be a loyal brother, and I don't know why I wasn't repping the Cowboys, but obviously it was Cardinals 49ers. You know what I'm saying? But so I try to be loyal and throw the picture up. And remind everybody as a reminder that Super Bowl squares are in effect.
But Pops, how did you let that happen? That's some of your fault. Like, how did you let that happen? I'm about to put that on you. She could have went to any other team, but the 49ers, Pops. How did you let that happen?
That shows you.
The betrayal.
Yeah, the betrayal, the treachery. Trying to send in this picture of all pictures this week after they just beat us like that. That's just
hey Dub, is that a Royals hat you have on? What? I know it's a baseball.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's either a Royals or a Mets. It might have been.
Okay.
To the back. So, Anthony Weston says, "I feel good. We have blown all those games, led by 18 in the AFC Championship, 14 in the last regular season, and by 7 before leaving fumble this year." Okay, so it's not the Bengals, it's them. If they play right, they'll be good. That's what's up.
I love you, my brother. I love you, but y'all losing, son. Sorry, man.
Also, Andy says injury was not as serious as first believed. He went on Tom Brady and Jim Gray's podcast. Okay, well, I do hope that part. I do hope that the injury doesn't play too much.
Yeah, the way he handled that ball off, he was still limping. I don't know. Got taped up really good.
It's gonna be something. High ankle sprains will lead you out. 4 6 weeks. So That's rough.
Got you, Pops. I like that.
My thing is, though, I feel like if it really does hamper them, I hope that they do pull him out, because the heroic stuff, it's like, if your leg is falling off, like, it's not going to make a difference, as much as bad as you want it and all that. If he can't be mobile enough, and if they're coming after him, like, he's going to be in danger. So
yeah,
I don't know. I hope it's not bad. So we'll see.
Right. Same.
It's just that swelling, man. It's gonna be hard to get that swelling down. Man. That's the only thing. He got ice, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be cold too.
It's gonna be cold, so maybe he won't be able to feel it too much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the sad part. They talk about player safety, like not to derail too much. They talk about player safety, but they'll shoot him up with whatever they can to make him not feel that leg for the 60 minutes he needs to be out there. So they talk about player safety, but it ain't all about that. They want him out there. They'll do it. They need to. I just hope it doesn't come to that. So
this is the only game in the season I would say they need Tyreek Hill. This is the only game right here. I think they can. If they had him, they win this game. But it's gonna
that change, that game changer. Yeah.
All right. He hasn't really. That sucks. He hasn't really had like that. Like, I feel like no receiver except for Kelsey has really shown up for him this year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and Kelsey is so good. I forgot.
Exactly. Like,
well, Kelsey, man, I forgot Kelsey. Yeah, he might.
He can cover that up. Just throw him on the road.
Yeah, I would give him the ball 20 times. Set a record.
No, actually, no. That's facts. That ball
nobody gonna guard him
all game.
Yeah, nobody can guard him. You can try all you want. Yeah, I forgot Kelsey's still there, man. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. But we'll move this thing, keep this train rolling. Pop said about Kelly. She said, I could have been meaner. I gave you a day. She pleases it, rightfully so.
I like that, Pop. You're right. Yeah, she chooses her own thing, man.
He said, thank goodness she's a Bulldogs fan. I like that. So that's what's up.
That's good.
He had ankle weights on in training. Those things aren't always good for you, though. Let's say the 80s and the early 90s.
Hey, we listen to a true Chiefs fan. He got all the answers, dog. I'm telling you. That's my brother right there, man. I like it. I would do the same thing, man.
That's what's up. We're gonna have him on here soon for sure too. We're gonna get that live. But let's keep this thing moving. Let's go to our next topic as we speed along the highway of sports here. All right, so just a quick NBA talk. I do want to do a little bit of check-in on the standings as we move towards the All-Star break coming up soon. And the Western standings are looking pretty crazy. I did want to highlight the Kings. They've really been balling and kind of rose up the ranks, third in the West, and beating some teams down lately, playing really well. And that Sabonis trade is not looking so crazy anymore.
Right. They play right now, right?
Smart. Yeah.
They play today, or are they playing right now?
I think they're playing right now.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they're balling out. But I did want to highlight too, I think it's the Trailblazers have 22 victories, and the Mavericks in fifth spot only have 25. So, from all the way from 5th to 13th, there's only a couple games variance in the West. So it's going to be very tightly contested down the stretch. On the East side, we have, the Celtics doing their thing, but the Bucks and the 76ers strong too. Not as many strong teams in the East, but that's going to be a pretty interesting race too. Strizzy, how are you feeling about your Heat lately? They're kind of trying to come back together from the injuries and stuff.
Yeah, they're finally healthy. So just last week, 2 weeks ago, they were like out. They were like 11th or something like that. So they're finally healthy. As long as they can just keep pulling these wins together, though, I think they'll catch back up and be fine. It was just health for them, but I'm glad they're back to their winning ways, healthy. So that's all that matters. Jimmy's sitting out tonight, but I think that's just precaution. Not even precaution, just keeping him healthy or whatever. But we'll see how it goes though. But I was a little worried. Like even when we was like losing and weren't completely healthy, there was games that we were losing that we should have won. So I was definitely a little bit worried.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? I think they're still talking about us trying to do something before the trade deadline. And I know we were like huge on trying to get KD last year. So while waiting for him, we kind of missed out on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you don't need nobody. I don't think you need this. I would say this year I wouldn't bring nobody to mess up their chemistry. I think they'll be fine. They've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay. I wouldn't bring nobody in personally.
No, they're straight. Honestly, I think if we can grab somebody like
a shooter or something.
Yeah. I think a shooter. I think that if we can grab another like pure point guard, because like Kyle Lowry, he's just not doing it for me, dog. Like it's just
he gets the job done, but yeah, it's not how you like.
But who's the guy? Who's the guy with the braids though? He's pretty good at point.
No, he's legit. Gabe Vincent.
Yeah,
He's actually legit. Yeah. He can literally come in there and be our starter, grab us, 5, 6 assists a game. But he's also a better shooter and better scorer than Kyle Lowry, and he can move better. You know what I'm saying? So,
but Kyle Lowry in the playoffs, though, I would like him in the playoffs. He been there, so he know how to do that. But I think he'd be okay.
Yeah. I think I prefer him coming off the bench, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the other night he had 1 assist. I was hot. I was like, man, you play too many minutes at point guard to have 1 assist. I don't know. It just bothers me. But
I feel that.
But I do feel Marcus. They've been there, done that. They're kind of a veteran team now in the sense that team's been together pretty much the same for the last 3-4 years now. So 3 years at least. So just hoping they can climb back up. They're pretty close to the Nets right now, especially with KD being out. So 1 through 6 is still pretty tight.
Yeah, agreed on that one. And yeah, we'll see if they make any moves before the trade deadline. That is coming up February 9th. One trade that's sparked off one of the first trades, the Lakers trading for Rory Hachimura from the Wizards. I really like this trade. They gave up Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round picks.
Got to steal.
I really like the trade. So I was curious what you guys think about that, about them grabbing Hachimura.
I love it. Duke can score. He can shoot. I mean, he just a couple of nights ago put up 30. He comes off the bench with very limited minutes. And it's not even his first time putting up 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude can score. He just, unfortunately, his position, it just doesn't work with the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? So he comes to LA, and I think he'll get a lot more minutes, and he gives them another shooter scorer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can shoot. He can score the ball. He can grab rebounds. So, takes a little bit of pressure off LeBron a little bit. Not a lot of pressure off LeBron, but at least a little bit more.
Well, I'm hoping, too, defensively he could take some pressure off LeBron, too, because he does have size. That's another wing that the Lakers kind of have been hampered with size. So, and
he got some youth. You know what I'm saying? This team has been a little up there in age last couple of years. So I loved it. Couple of second-round picks. Lakers don't usually get too many high-round picks anyway. So like, what's a couple of second-round picks for someone of this dude's caliber?
So he's a wing. He's not a forward.
No, I mean he can play small or big, but
yeah.
Not.
Oh, I didn't know he was. So I thought he was like a big man. I thought he was like 6'10" type guy. I didn't know he was a wing.
No, he's forward a little bit. Forward power. Yeah. He is a forward. He's definitely not a center, but he's definitely probably forward.
But what is he, like 6'8"?
Yeah, he's not short. Like I said, I'm thinking like small forward.
Size, but
I don't know why. I don't know why I always thought he was a power forward. I thought he was like 6'10". I don't know where I got that from.
I mean, he does have some size, though, size and length. But yeah, he
went to Gonzaga, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I thought he was a big. I don't know.
Gotcha. But no, I'm excited to see him play a little bit.
So he don't start. He come off the bench.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
who's the starting wing?
Lakers or the Wizards?
Lakers.
Oh.
It's usually dude they just got from the Spurs.
Bryant?
No. No, so I'm blanking on them.
No worries. I was just trying to see if he was better than him. That's why he's coming.
I got you. But Lonnie Walker, that's who I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
He's usually starting out there. Mm-hmm. And then they'll start Schroeder and Beverly. So they start like a kind of a smallish lineup. So anyway, but I think he'll still come off the bench behind Lonnie Walker. So
yeah.
We'll see. They did play the game in Paris last week, which I don't know if you guys even saw this. It kind of came and went by pretty quickly, but it was kind of a middle of the day game, and it was supposed to be pretty cool scene or whatever. But that was something that they're trying to do a little bit different. They're trying to kind of mimic the NFL and play more games over in Europe and try to kind of grow the brand. So that's what's up on that one. But I think that's pretty much it for NBA. we'll be getting ready for the All-Star break. That's in less than a month, so the All-Star lineups will be coming out soon, and then maybe we'll have to check out some of the the little fun games, 3-point shootout and dunk contests and stuff like that. But
is the All-Star game the following weekend of the Super Bowl? Because usually it's like around Valentine's Day weekend. So it's the same weekend?
Yeah, it's like President's Day weekend. It's like the 17th, 18th, 19th weekend.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's coming up. But that's all we really had for NBA talk. We'll continue to kind of check that out and talk about any other trades as they come along. But it hasn't been too active yet. I'm expecting it to heat up a little bit more. So we'll see. But let's go up into the next one.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports.
All right, other sports, some interesting topic and a good little segue from basketball because it's kind of basketball, but it's high school basketball. LeBron James Jr. was nominated to the McDonald's All-American, and he's the only one that's not necessarily like ranked very high or committed to a college yet. But what did you guys think about him being nominated to the McDonald's All-American team?
I don't like it. I again getting there because of his name. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to like. I feel like I'm trashing this kid, man. Like the kid has talent. I don't want to take that away from him. But like, there are other players out there that are just so widely more regarded than he is. They're actually ranked way higher. And I think he had his best game against Carmelo's son the other day. Like that was like the best game he's had like ever as a high school student, right? And sometimes when you play against your buddies, someone you're real comfortable with, you just naturally play better. You have more confidence because you play against them all the time. So like I just feel like this again is just him getting there because his dad is LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Like the kid has talent. I just don't think he's as talented as the media makes him out to be.
Yeah, agreed. I think this is basically the first example, like true example of nepotism we've seen so far. But I get it. Like they know that if they put him on the team, there'll be more people watching and there'll be more people talking about the McDonald's All-American game, just like we are now. So.
Right. What do you think, Marcus?
The biggest thing out of the whole thing, not making the squad, is like he hasn't committed to a college yet.
Right.
So we know he's not going to college because he'll get exposed. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try to make a way for him to get some kind of way he skipped college and go to the NBA. So he might be do G League and then try to go to the league, but he's not going to college because it will expose him.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that he's the only one that hasn't committed to a college yet. But Anthony Weston reminds us he is rated 4-star and he's starting to look very good. Maybe this will be a platform for him to kind of compete against some other guys that are highly rated and then, get that look that he needs. So
I grew up watching that McDonald's All-American game, and it's the best high school players, and this is not the best. He's not the best. He's, like I said, he's not ranked. Like I'm saying, they're gonna skip the college thing. I'm telling you, man. So because he's not that guy, man. Like I said, he is talented. He can jump. Your dad, LeBron James, you're gonna get all the training and all that kind of stuff to make you do that stuff. But you can't teach to be good. It ain't gonna happen. And if I'm LeBron James, my son's not playing basketball. That's a lot. That's big shoes to fill, man. It's hard to do that.
Yeah. Like go play football like LeBron never did or something like that. Like he a big body. He gonna grow into that body too. Go play football or something.
I agree with Anthony. He said I think he would get picked anyways because the team would want a shot at LeBron, and I think that's what's going to end up happening.
For sure.
He wants that so bad, you know what I'm saying, to play with his son.
Right.
To kind of break that record, be the first father-son duo. So we'll see. We'll probably watch it happen. Late tonight, we found out that Scott Rowland was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So congrats out to him. tenacious third baseman. And I forgot how long he was with the Phillies. I always remember him kind of as a Cardinal.
Yeah.
Did win the World Series in 06 with the Cardinals. So a shout out to him. But it's interesting with the baseball voting. You have to get 75% of the vote in order to make it in, and he's the only player that qualified from the ballot. So lots of other guys kind of in the 50 range. Alex Rodriguez included in there, but we'll see. I think it's just kind of weird, but the baseball is kind of different than football. Like they only put in so many people there, and there's not a guarantee they'll even induct somebody every year. Versus like football, they throw 5, 6, 7 people in there every year. So I don't know if I like it that baseball is so exclusive, but I guess it makes it kind of cool, you know.
Right. I like how exclusive it is to an extent, but I don't like how they just be leaving dudes out for like the worst reasons.
Yeah.
Like that's what I can't stand. Like, come on now.
Yeah, the voters are pretty petty with baseball.
Yeah, mad petty.
Pops did mention the Royals traded Raul Mondesi Jr. and Michael A. Taylor, acquired lots of pitching. It kind of disappointing though that the Royals seem to be kind of mailing it in. We'll see. Kelly says no. A-Rod are the voters of the J-Lo fans. It must be.
Come on, man. Come on,
I
man.
don't know. A-Rod, he's still early on. I think he's still got like 7 more years on the ballot. So we'll see if it grows from there.
He definitely get on though.
Anthony Weston says it's a shame Barry isn't in. And
it's over for him, right? He can't get in there, right? It's over.
Yeah, he can no longer be voted. He already was on the ballot for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
They did say there's like a technicality though that there's like some other like impact to the game type of honoree type of thing where he might be able to technically make it in the Hall of Fame, but not through the traditional voting process. So that's pretty whack. I did put the Arsenal table up there. They're doing really well. They're 5 points clear of Manchester City, and it's looking like this might be the year where Arsenal brings it home. I don't want to jinx it, but I just want to say I'm supporting my Gunners out there, and hopefully they come through this year. A couple other pieces of news from the fighting world: Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Apparently, the contract is in for April 15th, and that's the birthday or the weekend right before Pop's birthday. So I'm thinking we're gonna have a little fight party. You know what I'm saying? All get together and see what happens. But early thoughts on the fight. You guys think Tank Davis mops him up, or does Ryan Garcia have a chance to sneak a victory in this one?
Take him 4.
2.
Yeah, I hope for the money it's not just 2. But I don't know. I think Ryan Garcia might have like a sneaky type of plan. And I just think the one thing that might take a little bit of time for Tank to negotiate is like the difference between their fighting styles. Like Tank is so small and he fights from the inside, and Garcia is kind of more lanky and fights from the outside. So I think it'll at least be interesting at first to see that matchup. But ultimately, I think Tank gets him. So we'll see. And then the other thing, McGregor in trouble. Apparently had an incident with a woman on his yacht. He's denying the allegations, but apparently he got into a physical altercation with this woman. And it's kind of an interesting story, but apparently she just jumped off the yacht and just swam away. And the Red Cross or somebody came and picked her up and actually had to like rescue her. And very interesting story, but we'll see what more comes out of that. But McGregor is kind of in hot water over that. But it just sounds like a big like type of TMC drama type of thing, and I just wonder when he's going to stop finding himself in these type of situations, or if ever. I don't know.
I ain't jumping in the ocean.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know how far like they might have been, but I'm like, wow, like it just sounds like a kind of crazy story. So
that's real.
But that's all we had for other sports this week. I think we covered all of our topics already. I didn't know if you guys had any other things you wanted to bring up as I kind of shut down this slideshow. I know we're a little bit ahead of time, but that's not terrible.
We gotta make up for last week. We went over, man.
Yeah, exactly. We've been going far sometimes. But Anthony West says Cowboys fans are dedicated at grocery store.
Not a Miles Austin, man. Come on, dog.
Hey, that's what happens though, man. Especially like there were some darker years where we didn't really have too many jerseys to rock, you know. And especially with some fans like to have so many multiple jerseys. You'll see some jerseys go stale real quick. I have a Morris Claiborne jersey, beautiful jersey. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? You know what I'm saying? That's like the type of
Morris Claiborne.
yeah, man.
He was
Like,
supposed to
that's
be
the
that
type
guy
of jersey,
too,
like,
man.
now what do I do with this? Like it looks great, you know what I'm saying? It's super clean and everything, but I'm like, so I have to sell it to somebody down in Dallas, you know what I'm saying? They're still rocking their Miles Austin, so
Right. Yeah, like it looks great, but I can't wear it in public. You know what I'm saying?
right. Like, what am I gonna do with this thing?
So, I don't think you really said it though. So, the Cowboys situation, what do you think the biggest change we have to make? Is it Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy, or get rid of Dag, or what do you think we should help?
Yeah, I think it's Kellen Moore. Let him move on. If somebody wants to hire him, great. We might even get a pick, a draft pick back or something, like a compensatory pick if somebody signs him, or something like that. I don't know, but I just think I would be happy with a change at offensive coordinator. I do want to see Dak have another chance. I'd be fine if they let Zeke and Pollard go and just scrape off a veteran off the scrap heap and then like draft somebody high. You know what I'm saying? Draft this dude from Michigan, or this dude from Texas, Bijan Robinson or something like that. And
But I think he's gonna go too high though, man.
Because I do agree with you that the Zeke
Definitely.
thing is going to get stagnant. Like I see him taking a discount and then them trying to bring him back as the lead back again, and it just getting a little bit worse and worse. With these running backs, I hate to bring it up like that, but it's like there's a reason why Todd Gurley's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it just doesn't last like that.
Yeah.
And even though he can still be a Cowboy for life, but it's time for him to ride off into the sunset probably.
But so you said get rid of Pollard and Zeke.
Well, I'm saying we might not be able to bring Pollard back. If he makes too much money, they're not going to pay him. So I'm saying,
okay.
but don't just bring Zeke back because you're desperate. I'm saying even if you have to just go clean slate, just get some playmakers back there and then get one more wide receiver. And then hopefully the defense can remember what Dan Quinn taught him because he's out the door, man.
He's
and I just hope
gone,
that the defense doesn't slide back
I
now that we
know.
finally have the defense in place to get a big W. Now the defense go slide back. So I'm just like, man, I don't know.
Hell, I know we got hurt, but he's probably gonna fall in the draft, man. That running back out of Michigan, like he gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? So
he started to come back. Blake Corum.
oh, yeah, oh damn,
he
that's
did.
crazy. Damn.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I do think though quarterbacks are hard to find. You know what I'm saying? They don't just fall on trees. And when I step back and look at it, if there was a number 5 seed going to a number 2 seed that was hot, and like we lost in a close game that so look at the Bills. They were hosting a game. They're the number 2 seed and they got blown out at home. So I'm like, and they have a Josh Allen that's supposed to be one of the up and coming stars. So I'm like, all right, if I take my Cowboys lens off it, maybe things aren't so bad. Maybe we were at the right spot where we were at this year, and that's as far as we could go.
Yeah, I'm happy you said that because think about it. When Dak got hurt, we weren't supposed to make the playoffs, dog.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not second round either. We made the second round.
So we were there, and it does suck because it's like, oh man, we had enough to get past that and to win that game. But also looking at totality, I know there's no moral victories. I know anytime you don't win, it's not a winning season. But all in all, it wasn't so bad. Hopefully, we learn some things and move forward and get a little bit better next year.
And I never know how it feels to be a fan of another team, not the Cowboys. The Cowboys, we are the most famous football team ever, and we're gonna always have that pressure on us. So we don't know how it feels to be now no pressure on us. We're gonna have pressure on us till the world ends. Yeah. Like it's gonna always be like that. So that gonna have to be extra better. The CD gonna have to be extra better. So it just always comes with it being a Cowboy. So we expect a lot, So
exactly. So that's kind of how I see it too, though. I feel like that's where I'm finding comfort for now. You know what I'm saying? It's like we tried. You know what I'm saying? We were out there, but like you said, it is always more pressure. Our failures are bigger failures. So that's just how it looks. But all in all, pretty good season. Still go Cowboys.
Stephen A. Smith, he gonna have to eat that one time. He's not gonna get away with always. He's gonna have to cry one time. We're gonna win Super Bowl and he's gonna see it. So that's one thing I'll look forward to. That's the biggest thing, man. He has to go down, man, because he got our number right now.
Yeah, one day we'll get him. One day, and we'll be here to see you. That's for sure. Unc reminds us that the World Baseball Classic is coming soon. Definitely want to check that out in March. And the USA is sending all their stars, so that'll be good. Hopefully we win it. And Anthony Weston says, I bet you get a young quarterback behind Dak, you'll get a career year out of him. Maybe that'll be a good tactic. I don't know if we tried that one yet. We haven't tried that one yet.
That goes, I got my money, though. I don't care about this. I'm paid,
True.
dog.
True.
Oh, yeah. Cooper Rush had a great couple games with Dak out.
There was really a little bit of almost controversy, a fake controversy, but I don't know. He's never had real pressure like that, though. That's for sure.
Right. You knew when Dak came back, he was going to retain his spot.
Yeah, so all right, but no, that's good stuff. Thank you for letting me kind of talk my Cowboys talk too and kind of vent that out. I appreciate it. And as always, we appreciate everybody rocking with us. We'll be back later this week for Secure the Bag, and then we'll be back next week for episode 179, creeping towards 180, creeping towards 200 as we keep this Say Like a Champ thing rolling. But until then, it's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Drizzy.
DeMar Hamlin, baby. He's here. Let's go.
And you say the truth. They open up my eyes.